Hi. My name is Candace. Wow, that's hard to say right now. Hi, my name is Candace Randle. That's my full government name. Here to do, what am I doing? Drunk Black History. That's what we're doing. I'm going to talk to you guys today about Valaida Snow. I'm still really not sure if that's how we say her name. Valaida? I don't know. So Valaida Snow, she was a multi-instrumentalist, if you will. And she came about in the 1900s, early 1900s, really famous. She was born in 1904. Like literally that's almost 100 years ago. June 2nd, 1904. That's crazy as hell. Like 100 years later, here I am talking about this bitch. But yeah, like she was born in the early 1900s in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Whoop, whoop, Chattanooga. And she grew up in kind of like a showbiz kind of family. She was raised on the road with her parents. Her mom was actually a Howard University graduate, and her dad was a minister, of course. I feel like that's always the formula. It's always like somebody artistic and somebody religious made this cool-ass kid. Like, that's always the formula. She had siblings as well. Her siblings were named Alvaida, Lovaida, and then Hattie. They ran out of Adas, like just Hattie. They were like, we're done with the Adas. And yeah, she was like playing like 10 plus instruments by the time she was 15 years old. She was doing like bass and cello and mandolin and all these things. But the main thing that she liked to focus on was trumpet. And she loved trumpet. Obviously, she was hugely inspired by Louis Armstrong because she then gets dubbed later by Louis Armstrong as Little Louis. And I love that she gets dubbed Little Louis by Louis Armstrong because he calls her like the second best jazz instrumentalist, like trumpeter to him. He's like, I'm still the best bitch. But yeah, she toured internationally. She was in a like cabaret with like Josephine Baker. That's huge. That was in the 20s. And then she like focused on music after getting out of an abusive marriage, but then also gets named the queen of the trumpet. And among her male musician peers, she's like crazy exalted. But she's a woman and she's black. And this is the 20s and 30s. So like no one important is really seeing her as anybody. So she's not getting a lot of notoriety basically in the media, as it were. She even did this show in like 1928, I think. And she plays the trumpet and sings. So I guess between playing the trumpet, she's like stopping to like do a little sing song, and like people are eating it up. And then like during the show, at her feet are placed 7 pairs of different shoes from all over the country. And each like pair of shoes she dances in for a chorus. And so she's like dancing in some like clogs and like dancing in some ballet shoes and then dancing in some like tap shoes and like all these shoes from all over the world. And Louis Armstrong himself said he'd never seen anything like it. So she's like working hard as hell to like get popularity and fame. But what sucks is that I want to say it was in the 30s, the early 30s, World War II and all the shit that's going on. She gets arrested in Copenhagen, and she's held as a prisoner until they do an actual like prisoner exchange. They never really go into detail. It's kind of like blurry whether it was drugs or not, which fair if she was doing drugs, hell yeah. But like what helped her an officer in Berlin that she was like close with, and so they knew her and could speak for her, which is how she got out of this situation. She was saying that she was held in a concentration camp, and her husband said the same thing, but I think they later proved that based on where she was held, that it wasn't an actual concentration camp. It was just a jail in Copenhagen, but I mean, it had the same energy probably, so. Yeah, if I'm being held hostage anywhere, I probably would say the same shit. like fucking Nazis! Get me out of here! It just emotionally changes her forever. So she never gets back to the person that she was before, when she was just performing and playing all these instruments and touring internationally. Like, she never emotionally recovers from that, which kind of sucks. But what I love about her story is that, I swear to God, it's still the same to this day. It's a testament to like how much black women have to fucking do to get somebody's attention. This bitch is playing like 15 instruments, dancing in all these damn tap shoes, traveling internationally, like getting Louis Armstrong's attention just for somebody to be like, she's good. And I'm like, fuck you guys. We do so much. She died in, I think, 1956 from a brain hemorrhage, which fair, because she lived through a lot. Valaida's story, I just love that it inspired me too. I'm a musician as well, and I also am a multi-instrumentalist like her. And it's just really cool to see, I don't know what the word is called, like the parallelness, osity-ness of her life and my life, because it's really hard to be an artist in general, because you're having to tell the most vulnerable part of your soul, right? You're having to spill that about yourself, and then to do it through many instruments where people question like your talent and where'd you learn that skill, and etc. And I don't know, I'm sure because of her mother being a music teacher, that probably helped her. But for me, I learned it from nowhere. I learned it from me teaching myself because I was interested. And so it's just like a really cool thing to see that someone almost 100 years ago is mirroring the lifestyle that I have, and was pretty successful at it. She just didn't get the attention that she was supposed to. That's pretty much it. That's Valaida, man. Valaida, I don't know.